Hello, folks. It is Thursday, September 3rd, and welcome to Uplifted. Well, we are in Romans chapter number 12 and spending quite a bit of time here on verses 1 and 2. Two verses that were some of the first that I ever memorized as a young Christian, and just so many great truths and things for us to learn here. Verse number 2 says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." If you recall, we talked Tuesday about who are we allowing to shape what we are becoming. And we've got to be careful. He says, don't allow the world to conform you to its image. Don't allow the world to put you into its pressure cooker. And so when it comes to our values and our morals and our priorities and what we see as important, the treasures of life, what are you allowing to tell you what those things are? We come now and have to ask ourselves this question, and that is, who are you allowing to stir your appetites? And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I already know that my mind is carnal, and it's very easily swayed to fleshly things, worldly things. But we're to be transformed. Our mind is to be transformed, renewed. Be not conformed to this world. James chapter 1 verses 12 through 15 states, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil. Neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death." And so we see that because we are flesh and have our own carnal appetites and lusts, that those are the very things that will drive us toward fleshly living and draw us away from God. So he says, don't let the world pressure you and draw you in of our own lust. Be not conformed to this world. I've also got to ask myself this question, that who is the biggest influence on me? The truth is, I'm the biggest influence on me. You're the biggest influence on you. You do what you really want to do. And if you allow your desire and your lust to take you wherever it desires, you're the worst influence on yourself. We often talk about peer pressure and how others influence us or tempt us. But the fact is, over all the years of my life, yes, I've had friends and peers and classmates in high school and college and even after school that maybe have had an influence in my life, but nobody has ever made me do something that I did not want to do. It's my own lust, my own desire, my own wanter that gets me in trouble. And so we see here that we need to be very careful. 1 John chapter number 2 verse 15 and the following verse says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth for ever." And the truth is, what lust is dangerous for me? The things that appeal to me. It's not the things that appeal to you that are the greatest danger for me, nor the things that appeal to me. They're not the greatest danger for you. It's the lust of your own heart, the desires, the things you enjoy. Think about it when it comes to trying to be on a diet. It's not what somebody else likes to eat. And the fact is, my biggest downfall when it comes to eating is not sweets or dessert. It's bread, it's potatoes, it's those things that get me. But for somebody else, it's the dessert, the cakes or brownies or ice cream. Not that I don't like those things. But you see, the Bible teaches us that it's our own lust that draws us away. And then, of course, as we read there in John, as he says there, the lust of the world, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. So we got to ask ourselves, who are we allowing to stir us, to stir our appetites? The world's got many things, and something out there is going to appeal to you if we allow the world to stir our appetites. I've always thought if I can't afford to buy something, it doesn't really pay for me to go do some, they call it window shopping. Now today you just hop on the computer and you with a few clicks you can be looking at the products in any store that you're thinking about shopping in. But if you're not ready to buy something or able to buy something, boy, don't go and let your eyes see all those things. It'll get your wanter going, and pretty soon you'll be spending money that you don't have. Then we see Psalm 37, verse 3 teaches us, trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. That God will help you and conform your wanter into what he wants it to be. Let God change your wanter and give you the desires of your heart. When our desires are out of control, we pretty much end up being out of control. He says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Well, I hope that today's Bible study uplifted your heart. God bless you, and we've got a great song picked out for you today. God bless you.
Did you ever go to a little country church outside of town and find that there was a great revival meeting going down, where the saints of God talked about their heavenly home up in the sky, and sinners fell on their knees to pray, convicted from on high? Well, it was a soul-saving meeting, soul-saving meeting, soul-saving meeting, when I felt the hand of God. Yes, it was a soul-saving meeting. Boy, what a soul-saving meeting, what a soul-saving meeting, when I felt the hand of God. When the preacher preached the word, it was the best I ever heard. When the choir began to sing, I could hear those hem bells ring. There are people on their knees, and they were praying, Jesus, please. There are people standing up for the Lord to fill their cup. There was shouting going on when we touched that mighty throne. When he touched me with his power, I could feel that holy fire. When the pearly gates swing open wide, I can see what waits inside. I can see those streets of gold and all the beauty I'll behold. Yes, was a soul-saving meeting. What a soul-saving meeting, soul-saving meeting, when I felt the hand of God. Yes, it was a soul-saving meeting. What a soul-saving meeting, what a soul-saving meeting, when I felt the hand of God. Yes, it was a soul-saving meeting. What a soul-saving meeting, soul-saving meeting, when I felt the hand of God.